the giants after the flood are not fathered by rebellious angels, because those angels that did that, they're locked away. And the Father does not tell us other angels came down to do this. Any place in the scriptures that I can ever find. It's not there. Because you don't need to have them. To have a tall person, you don't need to have a spiritual father who's an angel. In fact, I would submit that wasn't the cause of their height. Just the fact that the women had husbands who were angels doesn't automatically mean the baby's going to be a big giant. No, there's a reason why we were reviewing the occultic behavior that was taught from the Watchers to mankind during that time, specifically also to their giant sons. Part of that was charms and enchantments, which is sorcery, spells, omens, and another part of it is the cutting of roots and making them acquainted with plants. So a lot of people aren't aware that within plants and the roots of plants and trees, that there's 5 growth hormones, and they're auxins, cytokinin, gibberellins, ethylene, and abscisic acid. These particular growth hormones, they determine how tall the plant sprouts before it starts budding leaves, how big the leaves are, how big the stems are that produce the leaves, how deep the roots grow, how thick the actual stem is. All those different things, they have programmed instructions through chemical hormones. And it's through RNA and DNA, but also it's implemented through your chemical receptors of growth hormones. So this is where angels are genetically manipulating their offspring. They taught them charms and enchantments, and then the cutting of roots and made them acquainted with plants. And the next sentence says, and thus the women became pregnant and bare great giants. They had great kids as giants. This is why it's being told to you in that order. It's telling you what they're doing. We just have to know what the definitions of the words are that's being used in that passage in Enoch chapter 7. This is the biology behind the idea of what cutting roots means. And it's a manipulation of growth hormones. Gibberellins is one of the second most important growth hormones. It's named after a fungus, but it causes the rice plants to grow abnormally tall in Japan. It can be synthesized in portions, stems and roots, which means it can be manufactured in a lab. And a lot of people don't realize this, but gibberellins used to be one of the main ingredients of Miracle-Gro, the stuff you put on your plants and in your garden to help things grow. That's literally what you were putting on your plants was gibberellins. Now, over time, they've taken some of these 60 various types, and they have very long scientific words that they put on the packaging label. So they don't call them gibberellins now, but it is from gibberellins. That's where this concept comes from. Miracle-Gro came from the idea of cutting roots, in case you guys don't know that. So this is what's going on with the Watchers, extremely intelligent from heaven above. They have more knowledge than mankind. They take wives and they genetically manipulate the birth of the babies that they're having. And that when these kids come out, they're huge.
There will be 1 radish growing. And now I'm going to use that to water the fertilizer plants. But the leaves on this plant are slightly darker. Here's the gibberellic acid plant in comparison.